You're watching the Piedmont News Channel.
Chances are either you or someone you know will go out this weekend and buy one of these. Hey, I got some information you need to know, and this is not your normal how to buy a tree story.
And if you're in the mood for a little Christmas music, we'll have an unusual holiday concert for you.
A 15-year-old boy lost both of his parents in a car accident. Because of a legal battle, he may not get anything. That's why his aunt and uncle set up a trust fund here at Nations Bank.
Now, tonight's top stories and Van Denton's 3-degree guarantee. This is the 10 o'clock news.
1 week ago tonight, he lost his parents in a car accident just a few days before his 16th birthday. Now, because of a legal battle, he may lose even more. Good evening, everyone. I'm Neill McNeill.
And I'm Carol Andrews. Cynthia has the night off. Since the boy's father died first and his stepmother an hour later, her biological son could inherit everything. Tonight, Tracy Mitchell talks to Carl Robbins and his aunt, who wants custody of him.
Carl Robbins was cooking dinner with his father just before his father left to pick up his stepmother. That was the last time he saw him.
He already had the food ready for her, had it on the table for when she would come home to eat. And he went to go pick her up, and they never come back.
The day after Thanksgiving, just 5 days shy of his 16th birthday, Carl Robbins lost his parents. He lost everything. Wallace and Rita Robbins died in a head-on collision on Neely Road. Wallace died first. Neither of them had a will.
With him being the one that died first, then everything went to Rita, even though she only survived it about an hour after the accident. And then at that point, her biological son became the one that would be eligible for any kind of estate.
Rita's biological son is grown. Carl is only 16. And if the law holds, without a will, he may have nothing.
I would like to have my dad's truck because me and him used to talk about taking it and having it fixed up.
Carl's parents didn't have health care for him, so his aunt and uncle set up a trust fund here at Nations Bank to help cover his medical fees, his legal fees, and to buy him clothes.
All that he had was this little thin windbreaker, and so he doesn't have a real nice thick winter coat.
And Albright says a nice Christian home. She wants to provide the home, but she's hired attorneys to make sure Carl gets more than he has now. In Randolph County, Tracy Mitchell, Fox 8, the Piedmont News Channel.
If you'd like to contribute to the Carl Robbins Trust Fund, you can send those contributions to Adams Farm Banking Center, and that is Nations Bank, and it's at 5013 Mackey Road in Jamestown. That's actually Greensboro, isn't it, Neil?
Actually, Guilford County.
Okay, it's Guilford County. The zip code there is 27282, which is a Jamestown zip. We tried to get in touch with Rita Robbins' biological son. He was not at home.
Well, first the law passed, then the paperwork marathon began. Today was the first day people here in North Carolina could apply for a permit to carry a concealed weapon, and depending on where you went, the lines could have been very long. This, in fact, was what it looked like in Greensboro, where the line to apply was so long it took some people more than 3 hours to begin the process. Christopher Atack carried a gun even before the concealed carry law passed.
Well, I travel a lot on my motorcycle, and it's just kind of, it has to be in plain view, and it's just kind of easier to have it concealed, and it's just another thing, like having a cell phone with me. It's one of those tools I like to carry.
Guilford County Sheriff B.J. Barnes says it'll take 6 to 8 weeks to get your permit, but he says most of that delay is because of the FBI and SBI background checks. Well, with this new law, we'll certainly see signs that say no weapons allowed.
But some people here in the Piedmont say that's a sign welcoming trouble, a sign that really reads, "Rob me, I'm unarmed." Kim Gennardo reports on one group that's threatened to boycott businesses that don't welcome legal gun-carrying patrons.
A group called Grassroots North Carolina is firing back at businesses, not with bullets, but with money or the lack of it. The group plans to boycott businesses that don't welcome gun owners who get the new permit allowing them to carry concealed weapons.
We're not angry with these businesses. This is not retribution. But we want them to understand that what they're doing negatively impacts people's ability to protect themselves. There are consequences to their actions.
The new state law allows gun owners to carry concealed weapons if they take the required training course, pay a $90 registration fee, and check out with a clean record. Valone says signs like this one won't keep out the bad guys.
They don't get permits, and they ignore posting signs.
So how about law-abiding citizens?
These individuals represent no threat whatsoever to the general public or to the business owners. You virtually have to walk on water to get the concealed carry.
Weapons aren't welcome here at Buffalo Lanes. In fact, the management says if a group does boycott the place, they're still welcome here, or they can simply stay at home.
We don't really feel that the customer base is offended by the signage. As a matter of fact, we feel that they would be more comfortable in entering this establishment knowing that we do not allow weapons of any sort.
So if you bowl here, don't bring your gun. Kim Gennardo, Fox 8, the Piedmont News Channel.
Members of Grassroots North Carolina say they won't boycott businesses acting within the law. You cannot carry a concealed weapon in a bank, at a ball game, or anywhere alcohol is served.
It has been anything but an easy evening for police down in South Carolina. A robbery spree and a hostage situation, though, has ended peacefully, and it all happened in Greenville, where officers say a man robbed a bank, hijacked a bus, which took him to a second bank. He tried to rob this bank, too, and by the time police got there, he had taken 7 people hostage. And here's what happened earlier this evening. 5 hours after it all started, the man walked out, hands above his head, and surrendered. A special tactics team surrounded him, making sure he didn't have any weapons. Then officers arrested him. Before this happened, 1 of the 7 hostages escaped, and police say he let the others go. None of them was hurt. Investigators say they aren't sure what prompted the man to do this.
Every now and then, you see something that's such a great bargain, it seems too good to be true, and it just might be. Take a look at this stuff. It has brand names all over it, but it's not the real thing. People who copy items made by companies like Nike and Guess are costing the real companies about $150 billion a year. A new North Carolina law that took effect today makes it a lot more likely you'll end up in jail if you're caught counterfeiting.
You can look at it, feel it, you can see the workmanship in the hat. It's junk. These type companies do not make junk.
Jim Perrone has some advice for customers. He says don't buy brand name items at flea markets and don't buy items that seem too inexpensive.
Well, they have to choose only 1 more juror and 2 alternate jurors before opening arguments start in Mark Krotz's new murder trial in Alamance County. 3 years ago, a jury convicted Krotz of killing an elderly couple, and last year, a judge decided that original trial wasn't fair and that Krotz deserved a new one. Well, his family hired F. Lee Bailey to defend him, and so far, the judge has seated 11 jurors, and he hopes opening arguments will start the 1st of next week. The trial in the Oklahoma City bombing case won't start until May the 17th, but there were some pretty big developments today. 169 people died when that bomb ripped through the federal building in Oklahoma City last April. Now, this site was just a block away from Judge Wayne Alley's offices. Now, the blast did damage those offices, even though he wasn't there at the time. Now, Judge Alley was supposed to preside over the trial of the 2 suspects in this case, Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols, but today, the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Denver removed the judge from the trial because it thought he's too close to the case.
Around the globe, people are marking World AIDS Day to bring attention to the killer disease. In Paris, people from the group ACT UP hoisted a banner reading "Shame to France." In London, AIDS campaigners handed out condoms. And in other countries, volunteers collected donations for the fight against the disease. Well, people in the Piedmont did their part today, remembering those who have died from AIDS. One group got together and made luminaries to set along this road in High Point. Candles were placed in each one of the white bags as a reminder of the disease. The number of HIV-positive people is growing in Guilford County, making it the 2nd largest area in the state.
Well, on this World AIDS Day, a lot of people have been promoting the benefits of safe sex, including the use of condoms. But in Texas, some AIDS activists were busy pointing out they found drugstores that are selling condoms that have expired. They say a quarter of the stores they went into had condoms that have been sitting on the shelves too long and were probably not effective. Well, for years, there's been a big push for the government to get more involved in promoting safe sex and preventing the spread of AIDS and other sexually transmitted diseases. How far, if at all, do you think the government should go? In the next 15 minutes, give us a call and let us know what you think about the government giving condoms to the public. Call 1-800-807-8255. Again, that's 1-800-807-8255. It's toll free, and we will actually air some of your responses later in the newscast.
Well, you know, we're always in the building when we're doing newscasts, but some people find any excuse to get outside.
I think the Christmas bug has bitten Van tonight. He's joining us live from a place where there are plenty of decorations. And Van, I know you were at this place last year, so take it away.
Yeah, we were here last year, and we certainly wanted to come back this year. We're at the home of Leonard Roberts off of Sutton Road, and anyone that lives in the area that's ever driven by knows why we're here. This is certainly a beautiful place, and a little later in the show, we're going to show you a lot more, but you can see right over my shoulder, there's Santa Claus. He's got everything out here. And speaking of everything, the weather's cooperating. It was a lot colder last year when we were out here, not as bad this year. Want to take a look at our forecast first now for tonight, and you'll see across the area we're going to have clear skies. It's going to be chilly. I think last time I was out here we were forecasting lows in the 20s. Well, tonight's low 39 degrees. That's not so bad. Now tomorrow we're going to see a lot of sunshine. It's going to be a mild day, and the high temperature is going to be 60 degrees, and we'll make that our 3-degree guarantee. And when we come back, we're going to show you more of this particular place, which is gorgeous. And I will tell you, last year you had 12,000 lights. This year, 15,000. And it is incredible, Neill and Carol.
Wow.
I love the trailer lights that kind of move. They look like they're moving. Real neat, Van. Look forward to seeing you in a few minutes.
We can truly say, wish we were there. Huh?
Yeah.
Thanks, Van. Well, this time of year, many of us spend a lot of time at the mall shopping for Christmas gifts.
All that shopping can really make you hungry, but eating on the run can also ruin a healthy diet. Later here on the 10 o'clock news, get in touch with healthy eating on the go.
Plus, picking the perfect Christmas tree. Coming up, we'll take you smart shopping for Christmas trees.
And a city in Europe known for romance was anything but that today. Next, we'll tell you why the love has turned to hate and violence in Paris.
I love the store.
If you can't find the coat that you want at Burlington Coat Factory, you can't find it anywhere.
Any kind of coat you want, any kind of style that you want, it's fabulous.
They have all the designers I'm looking for. The prices here are excellent. They're much lower than the sale prices in the department stores.
I like to shop, and I like to not spend too much. I'm fiscally responsible. They have great fashions, the fashions that are in.
You can't try on all the jackets because you'd be here all day long.
I bought a winter coat last year somewhere else, and these prices are much better, and I wouldn't go anywhere else now.
How many accountants can you get into a 1996 Accord LX?